So it's that time of year again. Yes, Destiny 2 is making its yearly comeback, and I finally got a chance to sit down and play. Here are my thoughts so far on the free Into the Light season, as well as what I think of Destiny 2 as a whole. If you're new here, my channel focuses on game reviews, previews, news, basically everything gaming. I'll occasionally glaze Destiny 2 maybe once a year as this great live service game before the game just goes south every year. Any interaction does help us grow and is definitely greatly appreciated. Despite all the layoffs and bullshit that's happened to Bungie, fans like me are cautiously anticipating the newest DLC Final Shape, where finally, I hope, we go against that funny-looking Megamind Witness bad guy, who's basically supposed to be the Thanos of the universe. I'm not going to go hard into the lore as it's pretty in-depth. I barely understand it, and I think there's just a lot more channels that do a way better job than I could. But to sum things up, this is a fight that's basically a few DLCs in the making. It's supposed to be like something like their Avengers moment. Bungie went ahead and delayed this expansion and put a sour taste in fans' mouths, especially with the whole bad reception that we had to the last one, Beyond Light. An expansion that I thought was pretty decent, but I mean, not the best in Destiny 2's lifespan, if you ask me. I played a lot of the Witch Queen, a couple seasons of Beyond Light, and I really haven't played since I think Season of the Deep, which actually I think launched maybe a year ago in May. So what Bungie did here to help fans, at least hype up this DLC, they launched this free update, and what's happening here is that they're trickling out all this new content, but is it enough to bring players like me back to Destiny 2, or even grab in some new players, right, and get them interested in Destiny 2? Here's what Bungie is doing for this whole Into the Light thing. First thing they're going to be doing is bringing back the Brave Arsenal. What these are sunsetted weapons they got rid of, and you're able to get these in a new mode. Bungie got rid of these fan favorite OP weapons and some of their paid DLCs, actually maybe all of their paid DLCs. Something honestly really shitty, but I mean, let's just set that aside. That's a whole different video. What they did is they launched this new Onslaught mode, and it's basically a horde mode that I actually liked way, way, way more than I thought I would. It almost feels like Destiny 2 was made for this type of mode, so it's kind of crazy that it took this long for something like this to come out. You're defending a construct from these enemies, and basically in between rounds, you're buying and upgrading turrets, trip mines, and, little distractions. You auto-match with a team, and I mean, honestly, I've rarely lost. It's not too difficult. Unless you're trying to do that whole, legend mode or the level 51, which again, I'm not there yet, but at least for me, I've rarely lost on the easy stuff. The loot that's going to be dropping is awesome. And if I'm correct, it looks like they're going to be changing this one weekly with a chance of dropping different variants. These variants think of like shiny weapons, like shiny Pokemon. I haven't really gotten a shiny yet. I mean, my luck is ass, clearly. But the people that I keep playing with somehow keep getting them. So the most I've been able to do is either see it on Twitter or seeing it on someone's back. What you do here is you're going to be maxing out this activity with Lord Shaxx. And you can even unlock the super black shader, which is an all black shader. I mean, everything is better in black. And they've brought this one back, I think from Destiny 1, if I remember. Also this week, they dropped 3 new Crucible maps in a pack, which I can't believe I'm excited about. Destiny 2 hasn't given one single fuck about PvP since the game has come out. They're rarely updating it besides Iron Banner and tweaks to the weapons, but PvP fans are just dying for some kind of new content. And it's just been wild that all the DLC, just every single update, every expansion, we just really haven't gotten anything here. I'm happy that these maps are here, and what I'm hoping here is that all this good reception that we're getting for these maps at least should convince Bungie that people want this content. There is a group of people, a lot of people that play PvP consistently and they enjoy it. It's really not that bad once you get into it. There's no reason that these PvP maps should be like this rare and they shouldn't be coming out with, I think at least every expansion just at the bare minimum. On top of this, they brought back 2 exotic missions and they've updated them. They're going to be trickling these out as well. So you've got the Whisper and you've got 0 Hour. I think 0 Hour is coming out this week. And what happens here is they're bringing back these missions. They're tweaking them with new puzzles. They're adding different rewards. If anyone hasn't gotten these weapons, I think it's cool. But if you have got them and you do want, whatever the new rewards are and the new perks, it's still something fun to just jump into and get. There's also I think a unique way to masterwork them. It's there for people that want to do it, but if you already got the weapon and you don't want to worry about it, who cares, right? Something interesting that they added that I haven't really had a chance to jump into is the Pantheon mode. And what happens here is that you're basically just fighting raid bosses. There's no raid, no puzzles, no having to learn anything. You do have to learn how to kill the raid boss, of course, but I haven't really put together a team, and I don't really want to jump into a group before I know what I'm doing. I raided a lot last year. Side note, raiding is just a lot easier right now versus when the game first came out. You can jump on the app, you could find people. I think there's a look for group now. All this stuff that should have been in the game is now here. But again, this boss mode seems also like another no-brainer, just like the horde mode. It's kind of weird that it took a while to get something like this out, but I'm not going to hate. You've also got more quality of life updates like perk changes. There's different balance updates. You could change your name now. And even something just as so simple as whatever weird guardian you made 8-10 years ago, you can finally change them. I think they saw all the negative reception to Dragon's Dogma and decided, hey, let's get in front of this before we get shit on too. If you really think about it, for a free update, it's pretty packed with things. And I mean, stuff is coming out weekly. For someone like me who came back after a whole year's break, I really think this update was probably the best time for me to come back. And I also think it's a even better time for someone new to the series. The season pass, all the prior seasons, from last year's DLC to today, have just been given to everyone for basically free. This is something that I'm going to just bring up and let people know. I think I have this in my old Destiny videos. The stuff goes on sale a lot. There's always free weeks. There's free seasons. This is one of them. So if you've been holding off on playing Destiny 2, if you're overwhelmed by just how much content there is, what the hell am I supposed to buy? If you're a new player, honestly, all the DLC right now is free. You could jump in, you could start from beginning all the way up to the most recent DLC, leading up to Final Shape, which comes out in June. The PvP map pack, quality of life changes, all of that is something, I'm going to be honest, I really can't praise Bungie for something like this because it really just feels like this is too little too late. But I will admit, dropping free stuff, it's really welcoming. It's good for old players. It's good for new players. Kind of sucks that the ship has to sink for them to finally, get their shit together. But I'm a big loot guy, and all they had to do here was add this shiny gun variant. So that's enough for me to just jump in and keep trying to grind this mode and get a shiny gun. On top of that, I did get the season for free. I am enjoying Onslaught. I'm doing my weeklies again. And I'm going to definitely try out that Pantheon mode before the season ends. But it really feels like a good update before Final Shape. As soon as you log in, you're looking at just little icons everywhere of things that you should be doing, things that you should do. And that's just because of how much they've added here and all this prior stuff that they've made for free. If you ask me, I'm actually looking forward to Final Shape. I think they've hyped this up so much. They've also delayed it. And I think right now that means that it's been cooking. Hopefully it's cooking for a good reason. And if you're someone that's even just slightly played this game, maybe on and off, it might be a good idea to just, hit the download button. I say check it out, see what happened. It won't hurt. Everything is, again, free till June 4th. If you want to try out the Horde mode, Onslaught, I think that's the real, shining point of this whole thing. And the new life that they've given here, it really did what it was supposed to do. I feel like it got me a little more hype. Honestly, was forgetting that even Destiny had an expansion, if you ask me. But, this put it back on the forefront, and I'm a little excited. So that's basically what I think of the whole free Into the Light update. If you've played, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this update enough? Is Bungie listening to what people want? Did you guys get, enough content here? Or is this kind of too little too late? Drop a comment, let me know. I'm going to be playing Into the Light, of course, when that comes out. I'm still finishing up Dragon's Dogma, so that'll be the next review that'll be out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want. I'll appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks.